In every neighborhood, there's always that one person, right? In ours, it was Grandpa Kareem. He was famous, but not for being a loud storyteller or a chatty neighbor. No, Grandpa Kareem was famous for being silent. Absolutely, peacefully, silent. While the rest of the world was in chaos, kids yelling, doors slamming, parents bickering over who left the lights on, Grandpa would just sit on his porch, sipping his tea. He watched the neighborhood drama unfold, like it was a slow-burn Netflix series he was mildly interested in. Whenever a couple of kids would run up to him, tattling on each other, you know how it goes. Grandpa, he pushed me, but she took my favorite toy. He called me a potato head. You'd expect a lecture. You'd expect a stern now, kids, play nice. But not from Grandpa Kareem. He would never raise an eyebrow. He wouldn't even sigh. Instead, he'd slowly get up, walk over to this small, worn-out wooden box, and open it with a creak. From inside, he'd take out 2 tiny, identical seeds, and hand one to each child. Then he'd say just 2 words, plant this. That was it. No explanation, no grand speech, just a seed and a simple instruction. The kids were always baffled. What does this have to do with him calling me a potato head? They'd mutter. But they always did it. There was just something about Grandpa. That quiet, mysterious authority that made you listen. So, off they went, clutching their little seeds, to find a pot and some dirt. And so, the great planting began. Some kids were super dedicated, watering their seed every single day, talking to it, giving it a name. Others would forget for a few days, then rush back in a panic, drowning the poor seed in guilt and water. Some kids got creative, decorating the soil around their seed with colorful pebbles and little drawings. And of course, there were the impatient ones, checking their pot 10 times a day, as if they were expecting it to sprout a Wi-Fi signal overnight. Weeks passed. The neighborhood was still noisy, but something was different. A new kind of excitement was buzzing in the air. One by one, small green shoots started to poke their heads out of the soil. The kids, forgetting all about their old fights, ran back to Grandpa Kareem, their little pots held up like trophies. Look, Grandpa. Mine grew first, one shouted. Mine has pink flowers, another exclaimed, beaming with pride. Mine is way taller than his, a third declared. One kid even came up looking worried, asking, Grandpa, is my plant dying or is it just being lazy? For the first time in what felt like forever, a wide, genuine smile spread across Grandpa Kareem's face. It was a soft, proud smile, the kind that says, I knew you could do it. He had been waiting for this exact moment. He finally spoke more than his usual 2 words. He gestured towards all the little plants and said, see this? You watered them. You gave them your time and your care. And because of that, they grew. The kids all nodded, their eyes wide with understanding. Then, in that calm, wise voice that could quiet any storm, Grandpa delivered the final piece of the puzzle. Your energy, he said, is just like this garden. If you water anger and frustration, those thorny feelings will grow bigger and bigger. But if you water kindness and patience, beautiful things will bloom. What you choose to feed is what will take over your garden. So, choose wisely what you water. A different kind of silence fell over the kids. It wasn't an awkward silence. It was that profound, I just got hit with a life lesson kind of silence. The wisdom had landed right in their souls. From that day forward, the neighborhood changed. Whenever an argument started brewing, whenever someone felt that hot spark of anger or jealousy, one of the kids would just whisper to the other, hey, don't water that. And just like that, the fight would dissolve. Fights dropped by what felt like 80%. Peace started to bloom all over the neighborhood, just like in Grandpa's garden. And Grandpa Kareem, he never said I told you so. He just went back to his porch, sipping his tea and watering his own plants, smiling that quiet, knowing smile. The moral of this little story is simple, but powerful. Your mind, your energy, it's a garden. Anger and negativity will grow if you feed them. But peace, joy, and kindness will flourish if you nurture them. So, be mindful of the seeds you plant and the thoughts you water every single day. Choose your actions carefully, and you can create a beautiful garden within yourself. Thanks for watching, and remember to tend to your own garden.